Hi guys. Okay, so we're going to finish this up. Now, I'm wondering and hoping that you've actually taken the time to try to answer this quadratic equation, got the factors for it before turning on number 2. Let's see how you did. Okay, so I'm going to do it by the two methods. Okay, so first I'm going to do the cross multiply method because we're so not used to that yet. Now let's just see. So I'm going to break that up and do the 3x and the x. And that's going to be multiplied by some numbers, which will be equal to something over here that adding up will give me minus 13x. Okay, so basically let me just see these things. X times what gives me this? 3x times what gives me that? I should take away those multiplication pieces since they're not even there. So what times what? What added together will give me 13. Okay, so 3 times what? 3 times what? Well, negative 15. So if I do, let me see, if I multiply by negative 5, I will end up with a minus 15x. And then all I have to do is multiply this sucker by 2, and I'll have a 2x. Minus 15 plus 2 gives me 13x. I am done. Okay, so once again, I'm going to end up with, let me look at the top line. Remember, it's this. Actually, that's not the best way of looking at it. I'm just making brackets around this. Here I go. Done and done. That's the way I should look at it. 3x plus 2 times x minus 5. Factored form and done. Okay, so still a little tricky to do it. So let's just try the other method to make sure we can figure out how to do it in that case. So I got a 3x something minus 10. So I need something that added together will give me negative 13, but multiplied together will give me 30. Oh, actually, that's incredibly easy, isn't it? I mean, that's just simply 15 times 2, isn't it? So minus, let me see, what am I going to say here? I'm going to say minus 15x plus 2x. Now you might be saying, well, wait a minute, what about 3 times 10? Doesn't that give me 30? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But multiplied together will not give me negative 30. So that's the only problem. That would be negative 10 minus 3. That gives me minus 13. But multiplied together will give me positive 30, and that's no good. So I have to work with this. Now, what can I say here? Well, the 3 and x can come out of this, so 3x outside of, what do I got here? I should mention, what do I got here? This is 3x squared. Ooh, someone should have told me. Okay, x minus, what do I got? 5. That'll give me that. And then here, I can take out the 2, and I'm left with an x minus, oh, lovely. I got 2x minus is 5, so I'm going to be left with an x minus 5 multiplied by these two guys together. I combine these two numbers, 3x plus 2, and there it is. I got two different ways of getting the factored form for that equation. So I think that pretty well does it. I mean, you're going to have to try a few, and you do have the worksheet, so please take the time to go through that. Okay, so let's look at a few different possibilities of what we can have. So I believe we're on to number 4. I'm going to say it's number 4. I don't even know if it is, but number 4. What other quadratic might I have? I could have what's known as a difference of squares. And this this creates conjugates. Maybe you don't know what any of these things mean, so let's talk about what this thing looks like. Now this is a kind of a unique situation, so you don't always get to see this, but if you do, then you go, aha, I know what that is, I can do something with this. So here we go. It would be something that looks like this, x squared minus 49. There's something kind of interesting about this equation. I'm able to break it up, and it's specifically if there's a negative. This will not work if that's a positive 49. Positive 49 cannot be broken up in the way this works, but notice this. I can immediately break this up if I know I can make this square root of 49. Oh, that's 7. I can do something here. I can say x minus 7 times x plus 7. Producing. So when I said produce conjugates, this is what I'm talking about. A conjugate is something where I have an x minus a number and an x plus a number. So the only difference between this and this is the minus and the plus. These guys multiplied together gives me this. Check it out. I got x squared minus 7x plus 7x minus 49. And in this case, what happens? Well, these guys cancel out. And I'm left with x squared minus 49. It's just one of those situations that you get really lucky if you happen to find it. Difference of squares method. So you have to see an equation look like this. It has to be as simplified as this. So no b value and a simple x squared and another number that you can easily break down into its square roots. And then you can just simply break it down into x minus the square root of the number and x plus the square root of the number, and you are done. So it's a really nice little situation. Now, the only other time where we might want to have something funny happen, let's look at a strange situation and see what we can make out of it. Okay, I'm going to do one of these and then propose a last one that you can do on your own. So let's take a look at this. What if, so here's a moment, what do I, what do I do? Okay, so let's see what it looks like. What if it said 2 outside of x plus 1 squared minus 11 outside of x plus 1 plus 15? Now there's a few ways of going about this. So I want to look at this. Let me just try this out. In fact, I should totally just simply cut and paste this and have this as a whole page. Here we go. Take that out. Bring this guy up to the top. Okay. Because this is really weird looking. It's as if you think about it, it's as if I've replaced all the x's with x plus 1s. So this normally I would think would look like something fairly simple to me. I would see a 2x squared minus 11x plus 15. But I don't. I have x plus 1 instead. But I would like it to look like this. Maybe there's something I could do. So what if I just said, well, why not, let me change these x's here to, I don't know, let's call them m's for Mr. Gale. Yeah, nice. Where m is equal to x plus 1. So I've basically replaced the x plus 1 with another variable, and now it looks really nice. I look at this, I go, well, shoot, I can do something with this. So what do? Well, I've got two methods, because once again, I've got an a, but it won't go into this. So what do? I can do either the cross multiply. Let's look at that. What's that going to look like? That'll be like an m and a 2m. And then I got my cross multiplies. And then I got them equaling to something. And that's going to add up to negative 11m. So what do I get? 2 times something plus 1 times something. What can I do? And it's, well, I could do a, let me see. If I multiplied the 2 times minus 3, actually I should try a different color there so we can see. This is just the setup. Now let's find out what I got to do. 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5. So 2 times minus 3 gives me minus 6m. And m times minus 5, I got this right, will give me minus 5m. And added together gives me a minus 11m. Okay, great. So that would mean, if I got this right, that m minus 3 times 2m minus 5 are my roots. Remember what I just did there. It's like I just went back up here and I just said put a bracket, and those are my two roots. 2m minus 5, there it is, and m minus 3. So we got to do a bit of practice on that. I know you guys are not used to seeing this, but try it out a few times because it works pretty well. And so then now I got this. So what can I do here? Well, I got to put the m, I got to replace it back to what it once was. It was x plus 1. So what is this? This is going to be, let me replace it. My m is now x plus 1. back, minus 3. And then it's 2 times what? Let's replace 2 times m, but now m is x plus 1. Minus 5. Oh, okay. Alright. A little weird, but we can do this. So what do I end up having? I get a, well, there's an x plus 1 minus 3. So plus 1 minus 3, that's a minus 2. Not a problem. How about this? Well, a little more complicated. I'm going to have a 2 times x plus 1, so that's a 2x plus 2 minus 5. Still not crazy. Still not crazy. X minus 2 times 2x, and 2 minus 5 will be minus 3. So I got my roots. Okay, no problem. That actually wasn't that complicated. But maybe you've never seen anyone do anything like that. So you probably want a bit of practice on that. Now, what else could I have done up here? Well, I could have taken this 2m minus 11m and said, okay, what added together will give me a times c, and I could have done it that way. So I would have done the breaking apart method. So the 2m squared minus, and I would have said, well, that's minus 6m plus, sorry, not plus, it would be minus 5m plus 15. And I would have gone through the same business just as I did here. That's another way of doing it. What's another way of doing it? There's so many ways of solving this thing. Well, I could just simply actually multiply the whole darn thing out, but that actually is a lot of trouble, and you are more apt to make mistakes. But you could, if you want, to say, okay, that's 2 times x plus 1 squared. What is that? That's x plus 1 times x plus 1. Oh, good Lord. Minus 11 times x plus 1 plus 15. What is that? Okay, so that's 2 times, brackets, x squared plus x plus 1 minus 11x minus 11 plus 15. So you can see, like, this might work, but there's a lot of work involved. So I got 2x squared plus, that's 2x times 2, so that's 4x plus 1 times 2 plus 2 minus 11x minus minus 11 plus 15. What is that? That's actually plus 4. So what do I got? Here's my 2x squared. I got 2x squared plus, what do I got here? 4 minus 11. So that that's not a plus anymore. That's going to be a minus 7x, and then 4 plus 2 plus 6. And then I would have to figure out a way of solving this equation, and would have to go through all the trouble once again. So I've multiplied up, but I still got to get all my factors even with this. So I got to go through all the trouble, and I'm not going to do that right now because I don't have any more time. But you can see that, yes, you can do it by just simply multiplying the whole thing out. It's like a brute method of just, okay, good Lord, I got to go through this, and then finally I get an equation, but I still have to get the factors of this new one that I've created. So there's a lot of work involved. So I'm going to go and leave you with the one last example. Example number 9, I think. Where am I? No, we'll say it's 6. And try to answer this on your own. See if you can do this. So this included with the worksheet is some of your homework for tonight. I don't expect you guys to do the entire homework sheet tonight, but try to get some of it done. So here's the question. Can you solve x plus 2 squared minus x plus 7 squared? So that's kind of an interesting one. How would you solve that? Give that a shot tonight. I'm going to see what you guys get done tomorrow, and I'll see you then. All right. See you guys.